The Legend of Zelda is one of the biggest game series there ever was, and probably ever will be. It's been about 28 years since the original release of the first game in Japan. I personally think of the series as one of my absolute favorites, probably only second to the Castlevania series. This time around I'd like to take a look at some of my favorites in the Legend of Zelda series. However, keep in mind that I have not played every one of them. I have not played a lot of the more recent ones, such as Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess and so on. So just keep that in mind. Some of my absolute favorite graphics and sound in all of the Game Boy Advance library. It's a Zelda game with a little quirkiness and personality of its own. However, the problem solving and adventure is 100% true Legend of Zelda. I truly love the look and feel of this game, and it's one of many in my collection that I really need to put more time into. This is one game that I know is a favorite Legend of Zelda title for many of you. Having not owned an N64 until before last summer, it's one of the games that I don't really have very much nostalgia for. However, there's no denying the fact that it's a great game. Despite many of the games on the N64 not aging that well, this one holds up really well, and I was definitely wowed the first time I played it. Now on to a game that has tons of nostalgia for me. This game was number 1 on my top 5 Game Boy games, and for very good reason. This is, in my opinion, the best original Game Boy game ever made, and a must-own for any Game Boy owner. I said I like Minish Cap because it has a lot of its own personality. I think I like Link's Awakening for that exact same reason. In my opinion, no Zelda list should be without the original. They got so much right in the very first game. Its challenge and playability stands right beside all the other games on this list, and is just enjoyable, in some cases even more so. It might come off a bit primitive now, but it's a solid game with more meat to it than a lot of modern games. And this is a game that no Super Nintendo owner should be without. The depth of story and gameplay are huge, even now. This game is so popular to this day that Nintendo made their newest title, Link Between Worlds, pretty much like a direct sequel to Link to the Past. It only took about 22 years. There's really nothing more I can say about this game that's already been said, probably hundreds of times over, so I'm not really going to say anymore. And speaking of A Link Between Worlds, I just got it a couple days ago. However, I am enjoying it quite a great deal. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this list. Top 5s are going to be back semi-regularly. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope to see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Take care.